The energy around Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever has completely changed. And now even longtime Fever fans are starting to ask a serious question. How did one of the most exciting teams in basketball lose so much goodwill so fast? Just a year ago, every Fever game felt like an event. Arenas were sold out, celebrities were showing up courtside, TV ratings exported fans who had never watched the WNBA suddenly became emotionally invested because of Caitlin Clark's arrival. She brought attention, excitement, and money into the league at a level nobody expected. But now, the mood feels completely different, and fans are making their frustration louder than ever. After another disappointing Fever performance, social media absolutely erupted, not because fans were simply angry about losing games. Sports fans can tolerate losses. What they can't tolerate is feeling like the franchise is wasting a historic opportunity. And that's exactly what many Caitlin Clark supporters now believe is happening. Everywhere online, fans are questioning coaching decisions, offensive schemes, player rotations, and even the overall direction of the organization. Many are saying the Fever no longer look like a team built around maximizing Caitlin Clark's strengths. Instead, they look confused, disconnected, and overwhelmed during key moments. And when your biggest superstar starts looking frustrated on the court, fans notice immediately. What's making this even worse is how quickly the excitement seems to be fading. Earlier this season, Fever games dominated headlines. Now, the conversation has shifted from hype to disappointment. Fans who once defended the team are now openly criticizing management. Some are even threatening to stop attending games or buying merchandise unless major changes happen soon. And honestly, you can understand why emotions are boiling over. Caitlin Clark entered the league carrying unbelievable pressure. Every opponent circles Fever games on the schedule. Every arena treats her like the main event. Every mistake becomes national news. Yet, despite all of that, she still continues to generate attention that no other rookie and very few professional athletes in general have ever generated this quickly. Fans expected the Fever organization to fully embrace that moment and build a winning identity around her immediately. Instead, many supporters feel like they're watching chaos unfold in real time. There have been stretches where the offense looks stagnant, where Clark barely touches the ball during critical possessions, and where the team struggles to create any rhythm. Fans aren't just upset about losses. They're upset because they believe the Fever are failing to evolve despite having one of the most talented young stars basketball has ever seen. And now the backlash is reaching another level. Some fans are accusing the organization of taking Caitlin Clark's popularity for granted. They believe the Fever assumed the excitement would last forever no matter what happened on the court. But sports fans are emotional. They want hope. They want progress. And right now, many feel like they're watching the same problems repeat over and over again. The reactions online after the latest loss were brutal. Posts criticizing the coaching staff went viral within minutes. Fans questioned late-game adjustments, defensive communication, and overall leadership. Others pointed out that Clark often appears exhausted from carrying so much responsibility every single night. Some even compared the situation to other franchises that failed to properly support generational talent early in their careers. And the scary part for Indiana, this frustration isn't coming from rival fan bases anymore. It's coming from Fever supporters themselves. That's when you know the tide has truly turned. Because when passionate fans start losing patience, organizations feel it fast. Ticket sales, merchandise, public perception, all of it becomes affected. And in today's social media era, negativity spreads instantly. One disappointing performance can dominate headlines for days. Still, despite all the criticism, one thing remains undeniable. Fans still believe in Caitlin Clark. That's actually why emotions are so intense right now. People aren't angry because they've given up on her. They're angry because they believe she's capable of leading something special. They see flashes of brilliance every game, impossible passes, deep threes, elite court vision, competitive fire, and they fear the organization is not doing enough to help her succeed. You can even see the frustration building during games. Clark has always been emotional and competitive, but lately fans think her body language tells a bigger story. Missed defensive assignments, offensive confusion, communication breakdowns. Every tough moment seems magnified because expectations were so incredibly high. And let's be real, those expectations were created for a reason. Caitlin Clark changed the economics of women's basketball almost overnight. Ratings exploded when she entered the league. Opposing teams moved games to larger arenas because demand became insane. Her influence brought millions of new viewers into the sport. Naturally, fans expected the Fever to become one of the league's premier organizations quickly. Instead, many now feel like the franchise is wasting momentum during the most important period imaginable. Even sports analysts who initially defended Indiana are starting to acknowledge the concerns. Questions about roster construction, spacing, defensive identity, and player development are becoming impossible to ignore, and every loss adds more pressure. But here's what makes this story even more dramatic. Everything can still change fast. One winning streak could completely shift the narrative. A few dominant performances could bring excitement roaring back, sports fans are emotional, and momentum changes quickly. But the Fever are running out of time to calm the storm before frustration grows even bigger. Because right now, Caitlin Clark fans don't just want improvement. They want proof. Proof that the organization understands what it has. Proof that this team has a real plan. Proof that all this hype and attention won't be wasted. And until fans start seeing those answers on the court, the noise surrounding the Fever is only going to get louder.